Welcome back to the channel. In today's updates, well, there's a new 737 MAX order on the cards, or technically an existing one being confirmed. flyadeal is angry at Airbus. That's really the story I want to start with Saudi Arabia-based flyadeal, a budget carrier if you are unaware, expressing some pretty strong frustrations with Airbus over the persistent delay of next-generation aircraft deliveries. The company is currently expecting to take delivery of types such as the A330neo in the future. This a new engine model, which being a wide body in its nature, is going to be integral to allow the airline to grow in the future. However, now flyadeal is criticising Airbus because of this, stating that the delays are reaching a point where there cannot be a logical excuse, according to the airline's CEO at the IATA annual meeting. The comments came a matter of days after Emirates shared a more positive outlook on the 777X first delivery, for example, but they equally reaffirmed the stance that excuses have been exhausted for the persistent delay of new planes. The frustrations of airline customers continue to grow as more and more planes are delayed in their delivery to their final destination. flyadeal more specifically feels that the delays, while frustrating, are not aided by the lack of transparency that are coming on the part of the plane maker. Steve Greenway, the CEO, when speaking to Reuters, confirmed that it is just going beyond a joke now, in landmark comments highlighting what many airlines are feeling but may not be bold enough to comment on a public scale. They don't see the problem getting any better either, confirming that all the aircraft delivered this year have been delayed, including those at the mainline Saudia. Unfortunately, the frustrations at flyadeal aren't expected to be solved overnight based on the latest confirmation surrounding the outlook for the next couple of years at Airbus. The struggles are likely to continue through 2028 as Airbus battles supply chain frustrations and its backlog of undelivered aircraft grows as more airlines purchase new planes. Airbus has warned that for customers expecting new plane deliveries in 2025 alone, they should consider initial timeframes as not being possible to be met, and month-long delays should already therefore be factored into the delivery timeframe. Some airlines have remained quiet, while others have remained positive. Some have shared their frustrations over the struggles taking place. The delivery of new planes we know to be crucial to an airline's business development, whether this involves renewing the fleet, retiring older planes, or facilitating growth. If Airbus or any other plane maker cannot meet the initially proposed delivery timeframes by many months, if not years, airlines awaiting the planes will face struggles in planning for the future. The planning can be as simple as launching new routes, which cannot proceed as intended due to the substantial challenges in understanding when new planes are going to arrive. Over to the final story, that's with Boeing. Vietnam Airlines are nearing the finalization of an order for 50 737 MAX jets, as reported by Reuters. The Vietnam-based carrier's purchase follows an agreement that was reached in 2023 for the plane, which was initially a provisional deal as part of its fleet growth ambitions. Vietnam Airlines is very much in a position today where it must emphasize the transformation of the fleet, and as a result there's a strong requirement for new aircraft to arrive to help build the company moving forward. It has been stated several times that Vietnam Airlines plans to purchase around 100 new narrow-body planes over the next decade, or at least have this many aircraft coming through its doors, and this includes the 737 MAX. Therefore, while the MAX will fulfill part of that requirement, it does not entirely meet the airline's desire for the continued renewal of its fleet. There are other opportunities that I will get into in the second half of this segment. At the time of the airline's deal for the MAX, it was worth approximately USD 8 billion at list price value. However, with discounts, this figure could have been reduced considerably. The 50 units were also for the mid-ground 737 MAX 8, which have been deemed by most to be the best possible variant available for a company like Vietnam Airlines thanks to its flexibility. About 40 seconds ago, I mentioned that there was an opportunity for more planes to be ordered. Well, while the 737 MAX remains in focus, Vietnam Airlines does not intend to just stop here and is very much considering further aircraft purchases. At this stage, the airline's single-aisle fleet consists of the A320 and A321 families, comprising 65 units. The unfortunate reality today is that many of the A321neo jets that are operational that have been delivered are on the ground. In fact, you've got more planes for this aircraft type grounded than active. In May, Vietnam Airlines stated that its sole focus was on the development of its single-aisle fleet. Nothing has changed now as we reach June, soon, but that May reporting certainly put a focus in on the A321ceo, starting to show its signs of age according to the company and inefficiency compared to newer models. If Vietnam Airlines wants a like-for-like replacement, it would enhance its commitment to the A320neo family, something it is now definitely studying. Industry sources commented to Reuters that discussions were ongoing between the Vietnamese company and Airbus regarding the possible placement of a new aircraft order for this single-aisle family. However, the direction that Vietnam Airlines heads will depend on the availability of slots and whether these align with its future requirements. While options in the 737 MAX family are available, such as the 737-10, the uncertified nature and unproven features mean that the A321neo family, which is technically already active, may be the preferred option for companies seeking a higher capacity jet, although time will tell on the direction it heads. Keen to hear your take down below in the comments. Thank you very much for your support. It does mean a lot. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for your next industry recap.
And we'll fly.